Hi, this is Snotty Prince St. Cyr making another video for Professor Peter Rolliter's KH3500 class at Georgia State University. Today, the activity I'm going to be discussing is the lumbar pelvic hip complex and demonstrating how to deal with lower crossed syndrome. So, what is lower crossed syndrome? This is a postural dysfunction, that was first founded by Jonda. It's one of the 3 or 4 postural dysfunctions that specifically deals with the lower body, in particular the hip flexors and the core, and also the hamstrings primarily. So, what happens during lower crossed syndrome is that you have what is called anterior pelvic tilt, along with a spinal cord concept known as lordosis, where there is an excess extension of the lumbar vertebrae. So the underactive muscles within lower crossed syndrome, the underactive or weak muscles include the anterior and posterior tibialis, the latissimus dorsi, the internal obliques, the gluteus maximus, and the gluteus minimus, as well as the transverse abdominis. Now, the overactive or tight muscles that you usually find in lower crossed syndrome include the erector spinae, the latissimus dorsi. I misspoke when I mentioned it for the overactive muscles, but the other overactive muscles, involve the calf muscles, which is the gastrocnemius and the soleus, as well as the hip flexors and the adductors, which are the inner groin muscles. So, the most common injuries that occur due to lower crossed syndrome are lower back pain, hamstring strains, as well as, you have lower back, hamstring, as well as anterior knee pain. So your patella and the very top and front of your knee can also hurt. So the part of the continual exercise continuum, the corrective exercise continuum that I'm going to do is I'm going to lengthen the hamstrings, and I'm going to be doing a hamstring stretch on the floor here. So this type of stretching is called static stretching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down on my back, lift one of my legs up, and then hold that leg up for 30 seconds. So normally it would go like this. I would be laying down on the floor. I would hold my hamstrings up like this, and I would do so for a 30-second count. I would try to keep my lower back as close to the ground as possible, and also I would try to keep my opposite leg as close to the ground as possible while lifting my leg up. So after doing that and holding for 30 seconds, I would also repeat with the other leg to stretch with the other hamstring. And that is how I would lengthen my hamstring complex to deal with lower crossed syndrome. Thank you for watching.